Two basic things when it comes to startups. One is the idea. People have got a lot of ideas, as I keep roaming around on the, go some seminar, programs and all. Young ones, elder ones, they all come, sir, kuch idea hai mere paas, I need. So you have ideas. I appreciate every idea. How people look at ideas, okay? Where do they find? Actually sitting here, there are ideas. Only thing you need to have the eyes to look at it. And idea generation is important. Morning to all.
Morning, sir.
So I started learning about startups and all, and then I'm a co-founder with two startups. They're in early stage now. So I teach entrepreneurship startup subjects with some of the B schools. So I also been doing programs for IU University, Germany through Upgrad. Okay, so they are also at Delo. So this is what I am. Okay, so nothing very out of this thing. Okay, just going to take you now. Two basic things when it comes to startups. One is the idea. Okay, you need to have an idea. People have got a lot of ideas, as I keep roaming around on the, go some seminar, programs and all. Young ones, elder ones, they all come, sir, kuch idea hai mere paas, I need. So you have ideas. I appreciate every idea, because as long as it's your idea and you are serious about making it, fine, you can make. I'll give you during the session, I'll give you some of the ideas which you never thought about it, and they are making money. I'll start with a story. Some of you might have already seen that, but it's not a story from any books, or this is a real-time story which has happened in US. Why I'm telling this story is how people look at ideas. Okay, where do they find? Actually sitting here, there are ideas. Only thing you need to have the eyes to look at it, and idea generation is important. The story dates back to 1848 in California village, when a carpenter, okay, noticed a yellow substance in a mine. Okay, he picked it up and he realized that piece, yellow thing, was actually gold. He rushed to his boss saying that I found a gold somewhere there where we are doing the mining and work. Okay, and the boss said, boss, you keep the gold with you, focus on your work. Okay, he allowed him to dig. It turned out to be there were 340 tons of gold in that place, in that mine, and that was California. And please mark the word, this is California village, because at that time it was a village, it was not a city. Today what it is California city. And that gold found there saw US biggest migration of people, of over 3 lakh people coming onto the city. Everybody wanted a small piece of gold. They said, okay, if you dig you may get a gold. Okay, so that's what happened. The gold rush lasted for 7 years, okay, till 1855. Now what happened? During the peak, a lot of people died. Some died because he found gold, I didn't find gold, I killed him, took his gold. Okay, he found too much of gold, but what happened? As he was coming on his horse cart, another thing, too much overloaded horse, fell down in the mine and all the way died. Gold bhi gaya, horse bhi gaya, person bhi gaya. So all these things happened. Now the question here to all of you is that, just think, who became rich during the entire process? The miners, those who owned the mine? No. The workers who dug the gold? No. It is the people who sold the shovels, the instrument, the horse, and other people who became gold. So what does it mean? Okay, I'll just skip it since you know this thing. They sold shovels and the other instrument at 50 times the market price. And that was the idea. Now what happened here is that, so a lot of businesses came there in that area, in that Germany. Now one of them, a German-American business, realized the need of a sturdy pair of trousers for the miners, okay, extra. And that is how this brand was born there in that city. Again an idea which they found out that people need sturdy pair of trousers because they need to put in gold, okay. Then in New York, butcher, mutton wala, okay, he opened a meat market because those who go to dig gold, they need good protein and vitamins. Okay, he started that. Okay, he started serving meat to them, and that is how this brand is still there. It was also born there only. Okay, and then this one, two partners, Henry Wells, William Fargo, decided to offer mailing service. You left your hometown and you are here trying to dig gold. You need to keep in touch. Those days WhatsApp to chalta nahi tha. ठीक है, phone call bhi nahi tha. So you need to write letter, and when you go to the mine to dig the gold, you need to keep your valuables somewhere. So somebody needs to take care of the valuables, money, and you are mailing another thing. That is how this company, which is famous in Bangalore, placement circle, Wells Fargo, was also born. So what are we looking at? What we are looking at here is that second order thinking. Don't go where everybody is going. Look at things little different. Top reasons for startup to fail. The first one, I always tell them, your idea, your product, your service is very important. Okay, a lot of startups fail because generally startups, they sell what they have invented. They sell what they have created, not what the customer want. Ultimately, revenue kahan se aayega, profit kahan se aayega? Only when your customer loves your product. When customer falls in love with your product, you are building something. So you are free to invent your product and other thing, but then don't go fall in love, because the moment you fall in love with your product, you are not ready to adopt it to the customer, adopt it to the market, and that is where the problem happens. Because market nahi hai to sale nahi hai, sale nahi hai to revenue nahi hai, profit nahi hai, profit nahi hai to funding bhi nahi hai. Idea generation is described as the process of creating, developing and communicating abstract, concrete and visual ideas. Okay, sources of idea, employees. I can give you example. Now Sony used to be a big brand when it comes to television, camcorders and other things. Okay, now what happened is that one employee of Sony in Japan went to his house one day after his work, and his little daughter was in a bad mood, and he said, what happened? And she used to play Nintendo games, and she had some problem with the product, and then he said okay, and he tinkered with it and made corrections and gave it back to her. And that is why the idea stuck to him. यार हम लोग क्यों नहीं बनाते? Next day he went to his boss. He said, sir, why not we get into gaming? He said, चल ना यार, निकल. Don't waste time. We are number one in television, camcorder and medical equipment. What gaming and all that you are talking about? We are not there. This fellow didn't stop. Continued pestering. Sir, gaming बहुत बड़ा होएगा. It's a big thing going to happen. Finally his boss gave up. ठीक है, जो करना है करो. Let's see what you develop. And that is how the PSP was born. Today, Sony is surviving with 40% of their revenue from PSP. Okay, so employees can come out with idea. Your Gmail that you people use is again an employee thing. So employees can also be a great idea for your own innovation. Okay, second is customers. You have seen that Samsung का refrigerator जिसमें freezer down है, ऊपर है wedge. That's again customer feedback. What happens is that your mother, your grandmother, post that motherhood, they have this back pain. So generally क्या होता है, सब्जी, धनिया, मिर्च सब नीचे होता है. So every time she is cooking, she has to bend to pick up that product. Okay, but she doesn't bend and she doesn't open the freezer tray even once in a day, lot of times. Okay, that is when the idea came. Switch. Why to give her trouble? Put all the vegetable basket up, freezer down. You need it once in a week, twice in a week. Summer time चल रहा है, अभी चाहिए. Otherwise, दिल्ली वगैरह में winter में कौन use करता है freezer? So keep it down. You seldom bend, you bend it. But everything else, your carrot, tomatoes, everything on top. So that is why customer idea comes in. Ideas can also come from customer. Ideas come from channel partner. I have done it during my days. We used to go and meet our dealer, distributor. And they used to also deal with our competitors' product. उसको बैठने का, लंच पे ले जाने का, क्या चल रहा है, थोड़ा बताना. सर वो कुछ कर रहे हैं सर, एक कुछ सुनने में आया है, दे कमिंग आउट विद अ प्रोडक्ट विच इज 30% डाउन. ऐसा क्या, थोड़ा बताएगा. देखता हूँ सर, करता हूँ, चलना. तो अगले हफ्ते आता हूँ. सो यू गो अगेन नेक्स्ट वीक, दिस टाइम टेक हिम फॉर अ ड्रिंक and then try and find out what. So everybody does it. So channel partners, your dealer distributors are also very good input, and sometimes they will tell you, sir aapke product mein this is a complaint we got it from customer, can you do work on that? Yes, good feedback. Packaging, stocking, another thing, you can do that. Research, all these people who do a lot of research, they do. Competition, sometimes you see competition has come out with something, you come out with new idea. Okay, sometimes what you see your competitor is doing it, you try and do one up more. So that is also an idea. Probe those questions and get the answer. That will give you clarity. What are those questions? First, which is a product or service? I have seen young lot as I meet some MBA student, 3 idea float करके बैठा है. Never do that. You have 3 idea, 30 idea. Identify one, take one till it reaches one level. Then only. Never start with 2 ideas. It's catastrophic. Okay. So find out which idea or product that you want to do it. What is a business model? Today, there was one time there was only offline business model. Today you have offline, online, hyper, everything. You have क्या बोलते हैं उसको, D-Mart, online, offline, दोनों है. Okay, so you have everything, all the brands which are available there, including your own Nika, which has also gone from online to offline now. So that is also there. So you need to decide what is the business model that you're taking, what suits you with the resources that you have. How big is the market? That's the biggest one. Because when you go to pitch for investor, they are looking at something called TAM. What is that? TAM, total addressable market. So the bigger your TAM is, the bigger the eyes of your VC opens. Okay, how big is the market? If the market itself is 300 crore का, 4 player already हैं, तुम कितना बड़ा बनाओगे? If the market is 30,000 crore, there are 10 competitor. Okay, at least you can 500-700 तो बन जाएगा, depending on how good you are able to execute that. How to protect business? Because there are sharks there. Mukesh Ambani is sitting. Any business looks good, he will enter. So you need to know how to protect, because there are people who are ready to buy out. So that is also how to protect your business from competition, from takeovers, and also for a sustained long-term business. You are not doing business for 2 साल, 3 साल ना. Nobody comes into business for 2-3 years. Okay, there are people who say 3 साल बनाएंगे, मुकेश जी को बेच देंगे, फिर I will go to Las Vegas. Okay, that is also some player, but then that's a different issue. But generally, we all create our brand and build business because we can sustain it maybe around 10 years time, 20 years time, try and make as big as possible. How much return on investment? ROI. Okay, that's the biggest thing. What is the return on investment? Because if it is 5%, 4%, you as well give it to Nirmala Sitharaman auntie and she will give you 6% minus TDS. Okay, so but then if it is 12%, 15%, makes sense, na? Double of the FD that you are getting. Otherwise bank में FD है ना, वहाँ डाल के घर में बैठो आराम से. Okay, so you need to look at what is your ROI coming in. Customer persona. Create a buyer persona. Okay, how your customer looks like. Conduct a market analysis. You need to go out and try and see what is happening in the market. How is the market growing? Your CAGR, compound annual growth rate, and those kind of things. How many competitors are there? What's the technology which is there? Okay. Analyze competitor. Very important for you. Each business should know their competitors. If you don't know your competitor, then half the battle is gone. Because only when you know your competitor, you can create your own strategies to counter your competitor. If you don't know your competitor, gone. Understand your finance. जेब में कितना है? If you have, your father is convinced. Otherwise, best find out a father-in-law. मजा आ जाएगा. Get feedback. Talk to your people. Okay, talk to people and say that you're using this product or service from X company. Okay, I am looking at giving you a different refined one. What is your opinion? Would you like to go in? If yes, how? If no, why? What are your expectations? All that we get. Researching the idea, research the industry. You need to look at industry, very important. How is the industry going? Research, understand the customer's orientation towards the product, towards the technology, what's happening. Researching competition. Who are your competition? What are they doing? What is their backward integration? How are they building up their business? How are they serving their client? What is the basis of their product that is happening? Okay. Research the market. How is the market behaving? How big is the customer? What are they preferring? All that happen, keep changing happen. Taste, jewelry. These are a lot of things which keep changing. So you need to know what's happening. How is the customer reacting to those? Then you need to look at it. मेरे पास क्या है? You have an idea. You have done industrialization. Market is good. TAM is big. Customers are there. 4 competitors. Mukesh Ambani is not there. Tata is not there. Good for me. I can enter. But how do I enter? What is it that I have? This physical resources. So physical resource. What you have? Money, machine, office, place. What you have? Human resource. What kind of people you have? Are you technologically advanced, or do you think मेरे पास marketing है, sales है, skill है, बोलने का, but I need him because I am building a tech thing. He is a tech guy. Can I take him as a co-founder? So that's where human resource. What kind of people are there? Okay, so that's where you have. Quickly, prototyping. We generally say prototyping. It's not a physical product. Okay, this is a stage that you need to do it if you are moving ahead with your idea. So quickly, we do sketches, 3D printing these days, physical model can get it done. Wireframe, which is some of you know how to create that. Working model, you can have your own thing. So this is a prototype stage. Then comes his MVP, which is minimum viable product. You people know it's nothing but a basic first cut of your business, of your product or service that you have. You got to have your MVP stage, you have to pass it. Otherwise, it becomes little difficult for you. Okay, quickly, there are steps in MVP. Start with market research, you have done it for your business. Ideate on value addition, that you have an idea, already there are similar ideas in the market. Value addition kya hai? What are you doing something different which others are not providing? Map out user flow, how the customer will find you, enter on your business, look for a product, use your product, pay and get out and start the circle again. That's your user flow. UI UX that we call it. Okay. Then you have prioritized features. What are the features which are important? This is only for MVP. Okay. MVP में सारे feature नहीं आते. What we do is that basic product, 1 or 2 features, float it out. Launch MVP, build, manage, launch. Once this is done, that is where यहाँ पे आपका iteration stage होता है. But what we do, MVP to final product launch, we tell maximum 3 months. Don't do it more than that. If you take more than that, because when you do MVP and come back to your drawing board for any iteration changes, you take more time. Idea stale होता है. Second, market में बात फैल जाते हैं, कोई और भी आ जाएगा. Third thing, the customer who are there to give you, maybe their own thought process, their own habit, something has changed. Okay, so all that happens. Mistakes for MVP. Choose the wrong problem to solve. You need to know what problem are you solving. Okay, choose the right problem. Don't choose the wrong problem. Second, skipping the prototype stage. Get into prototype, then only come to MVP. Target the knock segment of persona. So you need to choose. See, you have your MVP. Don't go to your friend, family, colleagues. Never test your MVP with them. Targeting the wrong segment. So what you are making your product and service, you need to choose the right segment. Don't target your product to the wrong segment. Confusion between qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative is quality aspect. Quantitative is the numbers, how it is. You need to look at the feedback. कितना बन सकता है, कितना बड़ा market है, कितना बिक सकता है. That you need to look at it. Difference between prototype and MVP. Functionality, prototypes aren't made to be fully functional with complete features. Okay, MVP are fully functional. Actual piece, working model होता है. Minimal piece होता है. This is what? Minimum feature, 1 or 2 basic feature होता है. That is what it is. Complexity, prototypes can be as simple as a sketch. MVP are fully built, whether as a web, mobile or by leveraging third-party platform. You can make MVP on the third party, deliver the main value of the app. Usage, prototypes are for internal use. Even if you make one, it's between you and your design guy. You try and tinker it. कि यार ये बड़ा हो गया, weight ज़्यादा हो गया, ये हो गया. But MVP, we give it out. We give it out to some people. Purpose, prototypes are validate the problem and design of solution. MVP are validating the solution, the end product. Okay. University, understand industry standard and plan. Discover untapped niche market. Cred, what is your app? Cred. It's a niche thing. What happened is they started originally. They said some of these senior big time HNIs, celebrities, they have multiple credit cards. Okay, with each one of them having different deadline. Each one of them having a minimum payment to be made. याद नहीं रखता. So what happened? The credit says, integrate all your credit card in me. I will set reminder. Connect me to your bank. मैं अपने आप ही पैसे लेके भेज देता हूँ. तुमको करने की जरूरत नहीं कुछ भी. ठीक है? So that's what. So niche market. So discover untapped niche market. So the market is in a pyramid. The bottom is bigger. As you go niche, it becomes smaller. So the nicher you go, the smaller number of customers you are there. Okay, that's a different talk altogether. So you see what are you tapping. Differentiate product and service. Be very clear about it. Whether you are in product or service, or you are going into product later on service, or vice versa. Solving customer problem better than competition. All the competitors are doing something. Are you doing something one notch up? And then you can make a difference. What are you doing? How you are doing better than your competitor? Distinguished brand. Set your own. Brand is not your logo, another. Brand is what the customer thinks about you. You need to build. Stand out from competition. Stay away, like your own institute. Okay.